Hello all you gorgeous people, welcome back to Pixie Woo. Today's makeup tutorial I'm going to do for you is of Kylie Jenner. Now I absolutely love her style at the moment. She's really come into her own, and I was lucky enough to meet my mate Kim the other day. Now I was lucky enough to meet Kim the other day, and she told me a few of the products that Kylie loves, and I said how I thought she just looks amazing at the moment. So great time to do a video. I hope you enjoy it, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also please comment and say what videos you'd like us to do, whose looks you'd like us to recreate, because I really want to know what you guys want. Let me get started. Right, I'm going to start off by moisturising my skin. I've got a Kiels Moisturiser here, and I'm going to put a little bit of that on. I already have moisturised it actually, but then I faffed around before doing the video, so it's probably soaked in a bit now. Important to moisturise your skin before you put your makeup on. Helps the makeup last that little bit better. I'm going to use Makeup Forever HD foundation, and I'm actually going to take a foundation brush to apply this product. Now you may wonder what the difference between a foundation brush is and, let's say, an expert face brush and a buffing brush. Well, it's difference in coverage. So a foundation brush is flatter and wipes the product on, so it's going to give you a little bit more coverage. A expert face brush is kind of an in-between coverage, so you can really buff it into the skin, still reasonable coverage. A buffing brush is going to be that little bit lighter. It's really buffing the product into the skin, so it's part of the skin. And I want a good coverage, so I'm going to use a foundation brush. Sometimes we're so busy talking about the products that we forget to explain the tools. Right, I'm then going to leave the skin and move on to brows and come back to the skin after I've done the eyes and brows. I'm going to take a little bit of, this is a Mercier brow pencil, and this one is in Brunette. Is it Brunette? Yeah. Right, so just shape the brows slightly. This is a great colour because it's not got any red in it. Sometimes I find browns have a little bit too much red. What I am doing is taking a spoolie from another brow pencil just to brush my brows through, because I do like to use a spoolie as well. I think every brow pencil should come with a spoolie on the end. So just keep brushing the brows. So although you're adding colour, you're still letting the brows show through, so it doesn't look too false. Kind of a little bit over those really false brows now. So we got to interview Kim Kardashian the other day, and I was like, oh wow, you're the most requested person to do videos of. She's not so much anymore, Kylie probably is, but she was. And she was like, oh wow, what videos of mine have you done? And I thought, I can't answer this because it's all of her weddings, and I didn't want to say, well, I did your wedding to him and then I did a copy of your wedding to him. So I was just like, oh, just lots. So embarrassing. It was funny. Sam said she was sitting next to me thinking, what's she gonna say? What's she gonna say? Because I have no filter, and normally I say things, I just say what comes to mind. I'm just honest. I'm then going to take a little bit of this Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place base, eyeshadow base. I'm going to pop that over my eyelids. I'm going to use my finger to apply this. Now I've been using this for a while and I really like the product. And if you have products that are similar to this, use them, guys. Don't go out and think, I have to buy the exact product that she's used. You know, if you've got a foundation that works for you, use it. I'm just showing the products that would get the right finish and the right payoff. It's not very often there is a product that's totally original and no one else does it. And if there is, we would tell you as we're doing the makeup that this is, you must get this, it's amazing. Okay, and then going to add a bit of eyeshadow over the top. I am going to go for this Becca palette because I love it. It's just come in, I haven't even used it yet, but the colours are just amazing. So I am going to start off with this base colour here. So if you've got one that's this sort of colour, that's very similar to kind of like Brulee or Bisque from MAC. I'm going to run that right the way over my eyelid. Right the way. And I'm using a domed shadow brush to do that. doomed shadow brush. Take that a little bit under the eye as well, even though I'm going to go in with a concealer. Right, before I move on to the next part of the eyes, I'm going to go in with a bit of concealer, and this one is Clarins Instant Concealer. This is lovely, and this is in my makeup bag, and it's new to me, and I love it. I actually went out and bought this because another makeup artist told me about it, and she said it was amazing. So thank you, Sally. I do love it. That was Sally Hughes. Okay, this is 01, so I'm going a little bit lighter, and I just want to run that. The reason I'm going for that now is I just want to run it through my brow bone a little bit. So just want to lift that a tiny bit. And then before I go any further, I'm going to buff that in with a slightly softer brush. Still try and use a synthetic brush because it's much easier to work with cream products. You then want to take a little bit of a really light eyeshadow. I've got this one here from MAC, which is a limited one in that collection, but it's very similar to Mylar or Vanilla or something along those tones. So quite a light one, and just run that over the concealer just to seal that into place. And that's gonna, you don't have to do this step, but it's gonna give you a bit more longevity from your products. I'm also going to take a little bit of that just in the very corner of the eye there. Kylie's eyes are very big, so we want to really accentuate these areas to make them look big. Next I'm going to go in with a little bit of Laura Mercier. This is Noir cream eyeliner. I love this product because it doesn't dry up. I've had it ages, it's still not dry. And I'm using a Louise Young LY24B, which is teeny weeny eyeliner brush. And what I'm going to do is get a small amount of product on there, and you're just going to see where your lower lash line is. As if you were following that, you're going to wing the eye out a little bit. A very tiny bit. So the smaller the brush, the better. So if you've got a really fine art brush, that would do the job. It's going to pull out almost lengthways. I'm going to run a tiny bit of that under the eye as well. Then with that little bit that I've brought underneath, I'm going to take an angle brush that's got no product on and just softly pull that so it looks like I haven't really got any product under there. I'm then going to use my fine brush to really closely line but not look like I've got anything on, just so it makes my lashes look a little bit longer. Now, depending on your eyes, this is a good fact actually. Well, it's not even a fact, this is something that I do. Depending on your eyes, you may have to do the eyes slightly different. Like if I follow this lower lash line, for some reason it's completely different to this side. My eyes are not the same, they're not symmetrical, they're completely different. So with my second eye, I tend to go in and do the top line first so I can get it at the same level. Otherwise one looks like that and one looks like that. So that's just something I have to do that might be helpful to you. So I tend to just look straight in a mirror when I'm doing mine. And I do it very small amounts and then build on top of it. So a little bit underneath the eye. Then get my angle brush. Right, I've then got this Rimmel Scandalise. This is a waterproof Kohl pencil. And I'm going to take that inside the front of my eye. So inside the waterline, just halfway. Then a little bit of Bare Minerals. This one is Lash, I can't speak, Lash Domination. That is a nice mascara. Now obviously we're going to have lashes with this, but I'm going to go back in with my concealer first. I'm going to start with a pointed foundation brush with my concealer, and I'm just going to run that under my eyes. And here to start off with, and then just work that in. I'm just using a Deluxe crease brush to buff that in. A little bit of concealer around the nose, and down the nose, and top lip, and here. So anywhere you want to highlight. She doesn't go really heavy with a highlighter, so you're only just accentuating bits. You don't need to go for super light colours. I'm just going in maybe a shade lighter. Right, I'm then going to powder that. I've got MAC Studio Fix powder. And I'm going to use a sponge with this. And the sponge is going to give you much better coverage. So, if you don't want too much coverage, don't use a sponge. You can use a soft powder if you want to do this. You know, a lighter powder with less coverage. But these girls wear a lot of coverage, I can tell you that. That's how they look flawless. I'm then going to take my Bobbi Brown bronzer. This one is in medium 2. And I'm going to take my cheek brush. I'm going to softly work that on the cheeks. A little bit on my jawbone. A little bit around the temples of the hair. Then go back in with an eyeshadow brush and just run a tiny bit of that through the socket. Then a little bit of mascara for my bottom lashes. Now for the bit you've all been waiting for. Take a little bit of MAC Soar Lip Pencil. S-O-A-R it's spelled. I'm going to colour the whole lip in with that. Work from the underneath of the lip, so you're going to go that way, and that way it's making the lip look much fuller. So just tilt your head back so you can do that. So this is the colour that she uses. Also, no Cupid's bow. Makes the lips look fuller. Go straight across. Right, I'm then going to take a little bit of brow pencil. This is a Uemura one, and this is hard number 9. It's a really, really flat colour, a bit like MAC Stone, which I'm not sure you can get anymore. And what I'm going to do is just really gently use that around the outside of the lip, because I'm pretty sure, I've studied a lot of pictures, and it looks like she goes a little bit darker around the edge. It may be because she's overdrawn her lips, although I'm pretty sure she's had her lips done anyway. I'm just going to use a little bit of this just to make them that little bit plumper. I think this lip is very similar to my 90s supermodel lip. I love that makeup as well. I'm pretty sure that's what she does. Now, if you want a product to do this with, this is the best one. In fact, it's quite a hard pencil to work with, so it won't allow you to put too much of the product on there, which I think is great. Right, I'm then going to pop a little bit of MAC Honeylove in there. Just a tiny bit. Get a soft brush just to work that in. That's a nice lip, isn't it? Okay, lastly, lashes. I bought loads of lashes for this. Bought these wispy ones. I bought some individuals. Let's try these wispies. I only think she uses them on the outer corners as well. I've also got these MAC ones. These are called 33. They're really natural, so they just make your lashes look thicker. I'm going to use 33, and then I'm going to cut down these wispies and put them on the corner. So these ones, the wispy ones, are they called wispy or am I just making that up? Yeah, Whispies. These are by Ardell, and these 33s are by MAC. So it's going to be placed just on the line where I did the eyeliner. Then I want to try and just lift up that edge. Right, so pop that on. Lovely. While that's drying, I'm going to cut down my wispies. I'm going to literally cut it in half, I think. And that is going to go right on the edge here. The end. So there you have the finished Kylie Jenner look, which I totally love. Those products will all be coming home with me. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't forget to send me pictures of the looks that you've recreated. You can send them via Instagram, NixiePixie1. And please let me know who else you want us to do. I really want to know what you guys want. And lastly, thank you so much to, I feel like I'm doing an Oscar speech or something. Thank you so much to MAC for getting me that lip liner. Soar had sold out everywhere. So if you love it, try and get hold of it. Hopefully they'll get some more stock in. Take care. Love you lots. Bye bye.